And that was my next question. And I will say, going back in this time, I mean, I just remember it was a different time. People spoke and did things differently, and there was it wasn't it was parody at that point. All right, there's a story out there about someone shitting in Mark Henry's sandwich one time, and he may have unknowingly ate it, and that's why X-Pac talks about Mark eating shit in the segment. Tell you the way you just popped and laughed. Give me some deets.
So the story that there is some truth to that story. I do not know who pooped in the sandwich. I do not know if Mark ate it, but I know that supposedly happened. Again, I think it's one of those things where it's
those funny ribs.
Yeah, this one's not funny. It's not funny to me. It wasn't funny to. I don't think it was funny to anybody. You know what I mean? Because it was. But there's some people ribbed hard. You know what I mean? Some people ribbed hard, but I didn't want to rib that way, and I didn't want to get ribbed that way. But yeah, there's truth to the rumor. The rumor existed. So I don't know honestly if somebody actually did it and he actually ate it. I just know the rumor was around.
So since we're talking about poop, let me ask the hard question. If you're buried up to your neck in poop and someone's going to throw up on your head, do you duck?
No. No. I just wear the puke. I wear the puke hat, dog. That's how I roll.
All right, Peacock and
what a thought-provoking conversation piece there.
I mean, it's one you could ask your friends. It's good for the parties. It's good for an icebreaker. Think of it on your speed dating. You're sitting across from your potential new girlfriend or boyfriend.
This is the kind of stuff you need to know.
All right. Peacock and WWE have actually removed the skit completely from their streaming service as it became too controversial. D'Lo in recent years talked about the segment, how at the time blackface wasn't as frowned upon now compared to then, and so it's interesting because everyone, the world has changed where you didn't feel bad then, but now when you look at it, you sit and go, "Well, I
do because I didn't realize I was being insensitive." You know what I mean? And that's not an excuse, but it's ignorance is not. So
let me ask this: do you think it's also a changing times, or do you think it's just maturity of you're older, and that if you were a 25-year-older, you'd still be like, I think there's no repercussions.
I think it's both of those, to tell you the truth. I think I have gotten older, but the times have changed. I honestly didn't realize it was insensitive or offensive at the time. Today, I 100% realize that. I'm glad they took it off. Peacock took it off the streaming service. I can't take it back, or I'd do that too. You know what I mean?
You brought up your opinion on this one, but Tony Flowers asks, were any members of DX or anyone backstage concerned about the type of heat the impersonations might get? Obviously a different time in society, but even back then, it was edgy to say the least.
Yeah, it was, but we didn't feel like it was. Like, none of the guys we were doing it against,
there was no disrespect.
It was no disrespect from us.
Right.
But again, I didn't realize at the time that I was being insensitive. I have learned a lot since then, as we all have, I think. And it's just what I look back on it and go, man, I wish I could get that one back, but I can't.
Adam Arpin has a good question. I like this one. If you had to take a member of the nation and bring them into DX, who would have been the best fit? And on the flip, which member of DX would have worked in the nation?
Well, I would have worked in the nation. That's just an obvious. I would have been great in the nation. And I actually think Rock would have been a good DX guy. You know what I mean? I think he would have been a good DX guy, and then you could have rolled out of that into him and Hunter fighting over leadership. You know what I mean? Or whatever.